So I've been making podcasts about software development since 2005. So yeah, it's been a while. I didn't start it. My friend Carl Franklin started the show back in 2002. I'm his third co-host, but I have done 1,170 shows with him. I also, 10 plus years. And I also do another show for IT professionals called Run Ask Radio, which we've done for 9 years every Wednesday. So that's about 470 shows. I own a conference. I run Dev Intersections. We make software development conference. We make this conference somewhere on the East Coast in the springtime. The one coming up right now is in Orlando, April 14th. And then in the fall in Las Vegas. And last but not least, certainly not least for me, is I'm the chairman of Humanitarian Toolbox, which is a charity for making open source software for disaster relief organizations.
What would you say is the most exciting thing you've seen it build?
I think the Xamarin announcements, really starting to understand Xamarin coming in to be part of Microsoft and what that's going to do to mobile development. Right now, mobile development is very challenging. It can be done, there's lots of mobile apps being built, but it takes a very high level of skill. It's quite a specialized thing, and I think we're trying to move mobile development into a much more mainstream process that everyday developers working in businesses can build mobile apps for their companies to be more effective. And the process of doing that to work across all those different devices, it's very tough. And Xamarin has an interesting set of tools, and to be tightly connected to Microsoft and work together to build that, I think it's going to simplify that development process a lot. I think we're a couple of years away from having it perfect, but this merger, the acquisition of Xamarin and the recent set of announcements basically making all the tools free and open source is the next step in my mind to getting to that sort of perfect world of building mobile apps the right way.
What do you think students can do to help get themselves out there?
I'm a guy who's been in technology since I was like 10 years old, right? And I'm a lot older than that now. But I still remember a time before the internet, before computers for the most part and so forth. And I think my relationship to computing is very different from someone who's grown up with it. It's always there. It's just not as big a deal to you. Let me give you a comparison. The refrigerator. We all have them, right? My grandmother grew up when there were no refrigerators. And so every time I opened the refrigerator when I was a kid, my grandmother would freak out. Close the fridge, you're gonna ruin it. The food will all spoil. Like it was a big deal to her. She remembered a time before refrigeration. So refrigeration for her was very special. Okay? Computing's very special to me because I remember a time before. But folks that have grown up with it, they're always there. It's easy to take it for granted. So if there's anything I would encourage people to do that are native to computing like this, that have always been around it, is to step a little bit back from it and to watch and think about how things work and why they work the way they do. That for me is a very natural fascination. I've always been interested in that. I always dig into that. But folks who live with stuff all the time don't think about that. So if you can take that moment to think about how the various pieces of technology in your life work and why they work the way they do, you start asking questions about how they can be better, whether there's another way to work, right? And I think in some ways, being more experienced also holds us back. We've had experiences that make us think about technology in certain ways. So when new things come along, we can actually have a tougher time adopting it. You watch the little 3-year-old girl operate an iPad and think nothing of it. So I don't have the reflexes for touch. My reflexes is mouse. That's what I learned, right? So it is a younger generation that's going to take technology to the next level, but only if they can really think about why things work the way they do and how they could possibly do that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.